Good evening, friends. Welcome to this session. We have Umesh Agarwal with us. Welcome, Umesh ji.
Jai Shri Ram, Minaji.
Jai Shri Ram. And it's a pleasure to have you, Umesh. And also, friends, I'd just like to give a small introduction to Umesh's background. Umesh is a software developer. He started as a software developer during Y2K, and he is an entrepreneur. He was associated with NGO working with underprivileged and marginalized communities by providing them affordable Medicare. And presently, he is the founder and editor of Indian Chronicle, IN, recognized for exemplary contributions to community healthcare and social welfare. So, welcome, Umesh. Very nice to have you and to hear about your background and what you have done.
The pleasure is mine as well, Minaji, to be on a reputed platform like you and be in a company of a reputed person like of a generational knowledge you are having. It's a pleasure of mine as well.
Thank you so much. So let's start the session with the first piece of news, which is the Prime Minister Narendra Modi deciding not to travel to Malaysia to attend the 47th ASEAN summit this weekend. In a social media post, he said that he will participate in the ASEAN India summit virtually. If you remember the SEO meet between Putin and Modi, which was spent in Putin's car. So let's start with this, uh, Umesh, and move on.
See, the first thing is the PM decided to skip the ASEAN summit for obvious reason that it is not going to yield any result. Donald Trump is known for his showmanship. You know how he treated the leaders during the Egypt, where he called every other leaders and he was trying to broker a peace between India and Pakistan and take a credit. It is all showmanship. And the way he called Keith Strummer and he just called him up, and it is like everybody has to bow over Lord Trump. Modi is not going to give that benefit. It's not going to massage the ego of Trump. He understood. Trump will say anything, then the media here will try to break up this issue. The opposition will create some problems. It is better to skip the summit altogether. And something to note is happening is the Indo-US trade relationships are warming up. Media reports are saying that a tariff might come down from 50% to 16%. Some concessions are being made. Reports are coming that India might scale down a little bit of Russian oil, or it might scale up the buying of American oil as well. Reliance Industries is in talks of shoring up buying the American oil. India has reportedly got 20 engines from GE, the commitment of 20 engines, F404 engines. And suddenly, India has also paused. Yesterday, the report have come that the Sukhoi 57E purchases have been halted for the time being because Russia is not in the position to provide anything. We had already bought S-400 systems in 2018, of which only three batteries have been provided. The remaining two will be provided in 2026 and 2027. The thing is, India knows that if we enters any deal with Russia, it is locked with them, and we are tied to them. So India is keeping its options open. So this is my take is that India is trying to play a balancing act. They do not want to what do you say add fuel in the fire, and they do not want to actually derail the trade discussions which is happening. And somewhere down the line, Modi ji is playing very safe, and the safety by means is he does not want the derailment of talks happening. President Trump was scheduled to visit in India in November for the Quad Summit. India was scheduled to host it in November itself. But that is not happening because we can see that dates are already fixed. And because in November, the G20 summit is happening and Indian Prime Minister will be going there. But Trump is going to skip that. So no meeting between President Trump and Prime Minister Modi is happening this year. But one thing is sure is I can say some sort of normalcy is coming up in America itself, there are a lot of apprehensions which are being made against Trump. You can see 2,700 rallies, 7.5 million people had assembled on that rally. So somewhere down the line, it sends a bad signal for Trump, and he will try to ultimately he will try to to bridge the trade which he has, the bridges which he has burned down. He will try to make it up. And India does not want to be seen as one of the person. Modi ji does not want to actually create troubles for anyone. And Trump is known for his eccentric style, and he will create lot of problems. The thing is, Trump is not seeking re-election. He knows this is his last term. He can act according to his whims and fancies. So ultimately, it is the people of United States and the people of America of both of them who are facing the problem. Everyone in his administration knows as well. Even the few senators have told President Trump to please go to India and do and ensure that you attend the Quad summit. This is what Prime Minister Modi would like to happen. He wants to have the Quad summit also done, and next year, one thing, two things are happening next year. India will be having the presidency of BRICS, and India is also having the presidency of Quad, which this year. So ultimately, the same thing will be continued next year. So how India can be a gap between the BRICS and Quad and BRICS and G7? That is the masterstroke Modi ji wants to play to ensure that there is a collective growth across the world. This is what Modi ji wants to do.
Very well said, Umesh. And see, what I find very strange is that here it's all about bullying or trying to control. And whether we're talking about America or any other country, what happens is they try to control other countries when they don't realize that India has already become very, very strong and can stand on its own feet and, make their terms very clear. So this change is still not being accepted by people like Trump because they still feel that India can be, pushed around. And this is very clear from the fact that Modi ji, as you said, is playing, a wait and watch game where he will balance everything and do what is in India's interest. So, well said, Umesh ji. Now, moving on to talking about Bihar. Now, Nitish Kumar is the leader and CM of NDA government in Bihar, and people trust him. And now Modi, and also they like this combination between him and Modi, and they are sure that they would deliver the promises that they make. Now, Ravi Shankar Prasad said, while NDA tore into India bloc after the opposition named RJD's Tejaswi Prasad as its chief minister phase before elections in November, NDA called the bloc's move a shameful alliance of corruption and opportunism. Charges have already been framed against Tejaswi in the IRCT's case. The court has stated that this is a very serious case of corruption. He is an accused in the case under Section 420 of the IPC. When reporters asked him who will be the NDA's CM face, Prasad says, where is the vacancy? So it's very clear that their trust in Nitish is very strong, and everybody knows Lalu Prasad's family's background and the kind of scams they are involved in. So do you think this is all in favor of this alliance between Nitish and Modi ji?
Let me talk about the numbers. If you see the electoral vote share between the both the Mahagathbandhans and NDA and INDIA alliance, it's one and the same. The only thing the people were actually wondering, what would Prashant Kishore do? Prashant Kishore was popped up to actually the damage the vote bank of JDU and NDA and BJP. So what happens right now in Bihar is there is like 15 to 20 years of Nitish rule. There is a section in Bihar which the youth wants a change, and they see that Tejasvi is the probable answer. So all the opinion polls make him like 36%, 30 to 36% favorable to be the CM. But what is happening between in the INDIA alliances? There is a uh, acrimonious. I think there is some sort of what do you say? All is not well within the Mahagathbandhan because Congress and RJD are fighting with each other in many seats, around 10 to 15 seats. What is happening is there is a lot of problem and ego issues between Tejasvi and Rahul. Remember one thing, they are all dynasts. They think themselves as self entitlement. So what is happening is it's a clash between the ego of Rahul Gandhi and Tejasvi Yadav. If it was Sonia Gandhi and Lalu, they would have mended the ways. They should know, they would have that political acumen and they could materialize, they could synergize. But what is happening right now is both are trying to cut down each other. One more thing is not happening, it's not favoring Rahul is that he, in spite of getting lot of funding and the RJD playing the second fiddle at the national level, they expected Rahul to be, Congress to play the second fiddle at the state level. This is not happening. Rahul Gandhi wants to emerge as a challenger to Narendra Modi ji. Because what is happening is in India, there is no opposition leader who can match Modi ji at the moment. Rahul is the distant second because he comes from the Congress. I think any other person, if had been nominated, would get the similar percentage. Now, what he's trying to do is trying to cut down other opposition leaders inside, and this is the reason we can see the Mahagathbandhan. Actually, there is a rift between the Mahagathbandhan and all the things what Rahul Gandhi did, and like vote chori and trying to level allegations against the Election Commission of India. He's trying to create a wedge. He's trying to create a Ukraine type situation where people question the constitutional bodies, and there is a mobocracy rising, organized and violent street protests. This is the playbook he was hoping. But on the ground, when he saw the support withering, he had completely gone quiet. And right now, he is keeping his cards close to the chest. He is not being seen anywhere. Somewhere down the line, you see this Mahagathbandhan is actually fading. This is the reason BJP is playing its card well. You can see what's happening in Delhi. Delhi CM Rekha Gupta ji, she is trying to organize the Chhat Puja at Yamuna by making the Yamuna clean. And now she is doing something like cloud seeding. People are seeing what is happening. The new set of BJP chief minister, like leave Yogi Adityanath ji, Hemant Biswa Sarma ji, you can see Rekha Gupta ji. They are all following the same thing. Even the Uttarakhand CM, even the Madhya Pradesh CM, everybody are working in unison. They are trying to weed out all the illegal immigrants, illegal migrants, which are there in India. So what is happening is people are seeing something is happening with BJP. Maybe there are 20 years, I can see there might be some sense of anti-incumbency. But when people vote on the ground, they will see the stability. They will remember the Chara Ghotala. They will remember what was happening, the blackmailing what was happening in RJD regime. And one more thing you should not forget is the presence of Swayam Sevaks. Many Swayam Sevaks, I think it's in lakhs of numbers, are now campaigning in Bihar. And this is the thing which will work out in BJP favor. One is that the charismatic personality of Prime Minister Modi ji, the trusted leader like Nitish ji at the state level, and the organizational network of BJP Karyakartas, and most importantly, the Sangh Swayam Sevaks. These are the people who will actually meet the people, and they will actually try to assuage the people's concerns that we are there for you. The government might have not done in the last 20 years, but we will see that this time it will be done. So they actually take out all the grims and see whatever the complaints the voters have. The Swayam Sevaks tries to actually temper it down. And these are the people who will get the BJP voters on the polling day to come to the polling booth and vote. What is happening in the MGB alliances and the INDIA alliances? The other community, the vote share, the MY combination, they come out in large numbers and vote for vote. But the problem with the BJP supporters is they are swayed by opinion polls. They think that BJP is winning. So on the polling day, they go out for shopping, they go out for holidays. The Swayam Sevak will ensure that BJP supporters come out on the polling day and vote. And one more thing, the presence of Yogi Adityanath ji, he is the main campaign. He is being asked to campaign in each and every part of the state. So you can see that BJP is working round the clock like a cohesive force. But on the other hand, MGB is in complete disarray, and even Prashant Kishore has opted out that he will not contest. So this sees that I believe that BJP might win in spite of having an anti-incumbency as being stated.
Yeah. So, Umesh, have we got rid of the fake voters here now? Under the SIR?
Yes, last year, 2024, there were 7.85 crore voters in Bihar. Right now, it was scaled down to 65 lakh voters were found to be fake. and now it was scaled down to 7.20 crores. An additional 21 lakh voters were added. So now the electorate is 7.41 lakh crores. And even the Election Commission of India is going to start a nationwide rollout very soon, and it will be completed by December 31st. Lot of things have been happening, and if you see, many states have actually opposed it as well. So I think so. What people are seeing on the ground, what the government is doing, the intent of the government, the intent of Modi government, people are seeing. See, Modi ji might have promised many things. He might have not lived to the expectation, but people see that this man is working right
Yeah,
now, and he is working for the nation. He has nothing to lose. He has nothing. He has no political legacy, no inheritance. He is working for the nation. He is working for the well-being of nations. And whatever he is doing right now will shape the destiny of India in the next 25 years.
absolutely. Yeah, right. Well said. Now, moving on to Pakistan, the Strategic Mutual Defense Agreement signed between Pakistan and Saudi aims to ensure security and stability for Saudi while fostering economic stability for Pakistan. This is what CNN reported. Now, a top defense official who witnessed the drafting of the Pakistan Saudi Strategic Mutual Defense Agreement has provided exclusive details of the agreement. As part of the agreement, Pakistan will deploy substantial military forces in the Arabian Peninsula to protect Saudi from any aggression. In return, Saudi's significant financial investment will bolster Pakistan's economy, making it more competitive. One thing before you just to answer that, see, everybody in the world knows and has labeled Pakistan as country that gives birth to terrorists. It's not even like fosters or anything. They actually give birth to terrorists, and it has become known as a terrorist country. Now, when Saudi is doing this, when they say they're funding the economy of Pakistan, aren't they actually just making them, yeah, adding more weapons and other warfare, things to their, to their what you call portfolio, and are they actually, instead of condemning them for all the attacks that have happened, because Saudi has a very good relationship with India, and Modi ji is, they're very fond of Modi ji. So what is this double game that they are playing?
See, the one thing you have to understand is the House of Al Saud. So it is like Saudi Arabia. It's in the it's in the Arabian Peninsula. So it is known as Saudi Arabia. Now I can see the name of Pakistan being changed as Saudi Paki. So it is like the Mohammed bin Salman has been coronated as a de facto king of Pakistan, because the entire Pakistani leadership is bowing before Mohammed bin Salman. So this is what Mohammed bin Salman wants, because he wants to have that the thing of royalty, royalty. See, the Saudis are not so well trained in fighting a modern warfare. So what they have done is they have thrown around $10 billion for Pakistan, and what they have asked in Pakistan, Pakistan will have to send 25,000 soldiers. They will be paid $1,600. And two naval fleets will be stationed in the Arabian Sea. And one more thing, they will not be just sent to Saudi Arabia, they will be sent even to Yemen. So they would have to fight a trained Houthi force, which have fought the Americans also. So right now, Pakistan force is going to become a slaughterhouse. So they will be like a frontline soldiers. So this is the game the MBS has played. And right now, after the Operation Sindoor, Pakistan needs a lifeline. The Chinese weapons have horribly failed in Operation Sindoor. So they went out and they prostrated before Donald Trump. And now the American have actually brokered this Saudi and Pakistani deal, so that Saudi becomes the guarantor, and for all the Pakistani debts in the future as well. In this play, if you see, China will now come, and China will take all its money out of CPEC, because Saudi will act as a guarantor. In a way, America wants Pakistan to come to align with Saudi Arabia, so that they can counter China. The reason is the Balochistan rare earth minerals. All this thing is happening because of trillions of dollars of the Balochistan rare earth minerals. And the corrupt Pakistani Gulam army wants to actually prostrate before Lord Trump and Lord MBS. By Saudi actually becoming the guarantor, by investor, Saudi wants to increase the trade of Pakistan also. One more thing Saudi is telling that we will ensure that there is no war between Afghanistan and India, considering the proximity of ties. One thing is this: Saudi is also in contemplating investing $10 billion in Indian petrochemical sector. They know that India is the trusted partner. They know that India is the largest crude buyer. In fact, we are also having some sort of a defense agreement with the Saudis. It is in the seventh state. Seventh rounds have already happened, but what right now Saudis are playing is they want to test the Pakistani army. Initially, it was stated that any attack on Pakistan would be considered as an attack on Saudi Arabia. But when the Afghan, the Taliban Pakistan in the Islamic Emirates of Afghanistan attacked Pakistan, you could see that Pakistan crying in front of Saudi, Qatar, and China to rein in the Afghan hardened army. They could not even face the Afghan army. And if you see, the Afghan army have fought the Americans as well. The Americans had the sophisticated weaponry. They had the drones. They had the one of the best militaries. When they could fight the best militaries for 20 years, Pakistan army is no way in comparison. Right now, what is happening is the Saudis know that Pakistan can be bought, so they are throwing some billions of dollars. They are getting the loyalty, and right now, Saudi has also financed the nuclear program of Pakistan late in 1975. So this relation, whatever it is being stated, it has already started in 1975 after India trusted its Pokhran bomb in 1974. So this is what which is there. So everything is coming out. Saudi is playing like a very they know that their reserves won't last forever. They need India at the side. They are trying to ensure that they have the security by deploying the Pakistani forces to fight against the Houthis, who will be guarding the Makkah and Medina, the royal presidential palace, and entire Saudi boundary. Ultimately, it will be the Pakistan army which will be slaughtered, and Saudi will get all this guarantee in return. So it is like de facto MBS has become the crown king of even Pakistan. And right now you can see that in future it might be called as Saudi Paki as well. Because the House of Al Saud will definitely ensure that they get everything. And Mohammed bin Salman is a shrewd taskmaster. He cannot be fooled as the Americans.
Okay, so also, well explained, and also, Umesh, see, we know the Saudi king has, he is a very modern man, and his views are very Western, actually. And for him to deal with Pakistan would be quite a difficult thing, isn't it? Because he wants women to drive, doesn't want women to wear veils. So a lot of changes have come in Saudi. He's making it very modern. How does he really deal with Pakistan, which is pushing, all this hijabism and all these, Islamic values more onto the people?
As I said, the Saudi prince Mohammed bin Salman is quite pragmatic. He is even negotiating a defense agreement with America, similar what America has with Qatar. But MBS knows that when it comes to Israel, America will not support Saudi Arabia, like what happened in Qatar. So what they are doing is they are going for a top-up agreement with Pakistan in case there is a future war between Israel and Saudi Arabia. The Pakistani forces will be sent there. This is what it has been done, and all this has the blessings of the American government, because the American government directly do not want to get involved in its fight against the Israelis in case there is a future war between Israel and Saudi Arabia. So, as I said, Mohammed bin Salman is a very shrewd person. He knows how to play the cards well, and he will also ensure that he will keep the Pakistani establishment in check. And one more thing: if the House of Al Saud invest in Janmagar refinery, what will happen? Will the Pakistani dare to attack that? So this is type of insurance India can take, and India is trying to get that. They want the Saudi investments coming up near the border. So what will happen is that will act as an insurance against future possible Pakistani aggression. And in the past, Munir has repeatedly stated that they can repeat the Mumbai incident or even attack Jamnagar. So India is also playing its cards very well, and the Saudi king can effectively reign Pakistan army, because the thing is they share some sort of ideological bonding.
So, are you sure that they won't turn their guns towards India?
See, we can, the Modi government might be trying that also because India has a very good relationship with Saudi Arabia. Even they have allowed yoga. So there is a, see, a lot of things. Geopolitics changes overnight. It
Yeah.
changes according to situation. We have to recalibrate it repeatedly because the House of Al Saud also faces the problem within Saudi Arabia. They need to have some sort of agreements to ensure that their rule is in continuity. So
Yeah.
somewhere down the line, I will see that India, America, and Saudi Arabia will work in tandem with each other because
Okay.
everybody has a geopolitical interest. And one more thing, IMEC, India Middle Eastern Corridor, that also is a project that Mohammed bin Salman would like to happen. And somewhere down the line, they will be calling for India for investments and Pakistani to guard those investments. This is the masterstroke Mohammed bin Salman has been planning. So I can
Yeah.
look it like that.
So you are saying that essentially the Pakistani army, they're going to be guinea pigs, for the people who who control them, which is America and Saudi. So it's a sad situation for the soldiers themselves. Now, another question that with regards to our students and the kind of restrictions that America is putting on them. See, what we are seeing is a sea change in India's attitude. A lot of the people are saying that, see, India is, going towards the future in a very fast pace. And why do we need any universities from USA or anywhere for us? Because we have got the best universities. Indirectly, Trump is actually making us stronger and more independent. How do you see the situation, Umesh?
See, basically, I definitely like Indian students to go abroad, but not to learn psychology or humanities or human rights. I would like to take the STEM courses. They can learn from American people. They can learn from the American development, the scientific development. That is what we require. And I would like them to come in India to form some of the things. They need to share the knowledge with India. I would not be proud of any of any Satya Nadella or Sundar Pichai working for Google or Microsoft. I would be proud of Sridhar Vembuji, who has ensured that he has built up an enterprise from Chennai, from India, and they are challenging right now the Microsoft. Microsoft market capitalization is $4 trillion, equivalent to the GDP of India. This is a $13 billion company, and they have now built up a slew of applications. And right now, Sridhar Vembuji is there in the national board also, which will actually help India to design and break from the American big tech. That is what it is required. And in this process, CDAC has already developed the Bharat OS software, that is the operating system. And similarly, we can see the Perplexity has developed Comet. Right now, we have our own messaging applications. And Sridhar Vembuji's app is also coming with Zoho Pay. And also think the gamut of things are happening in India. Lot of infrastructure is getting developed. Google has announced $15 billion of AI data center in Vizag. TCS has pledged $7 billion. So what is happening is we are having a national tech digital revolution happening in the country. Similar things has to happen in India as well. Our students have to come back to India. They have to emulate Sridhar Vembuji. We need to build products. We need to ensure that we can compete with the best of the best companies abroad. And right now, you have a prime minister, you have an administration who are willing to support you. And you can see right from Ashwini Vaishnavji, Piyush Goyalji, Amit Shahji have endorsed Zoho. And you have to compliment the prime minister to develop a Bharat-centric operating system, also Bharat OS, which has been developed by CDAC, and it is much more faster than Android or iOS as well. What is happening is this Android and iOS, they send the software updates regularly. What they do is they install trackers in your instruments. And these trackers extract lot of data without you knowing and they transmit it to the server. So what you require is every 3 to 4 years, you will require your instrument to be changed. So it is a perennial business for all these companies. What India's Bharat OS does, it is very light. We don't employ trackers there. So when we don't employ trackers, you can run the same application because the application is right. Right now, what is happening is whether you have Windows, whether you have iOS, whether you have Android, they all collect your data whether you like it or not. Everybody does it. Bharat OS will not definitely not do it. And if you see Sridhar Vembuji's Zoho, they have been permitted to operate in China, the same big tech which have been banned, because Sridhar Vembuji believes in data sovereignty. This is what we have to do. Meenaji, that is what the things I would like to the young generation to come back to India. This is the country which is growing. It is like we are 4.2 trillion economy. It's the 7% growth rate. We are adding 300 billion. And this is the country in the next decade. We are definitely going to go up irrespective of global depression or recession. One more thing, if you see with what is favoring India is the demographic dividend. 67% of our population is below the age of 35. And this is the consuming power. These are the pure aspirational class. So my take is the Indian students, Trump is actually anyways helping India. And definitely in the long term, it will help India because many people will now recalibrate their thoughts. They recalibrate the strategies to develop products in India. And if you
Yeah.
see the global
So
GCCs are coming up, this is already which is happening.
yeah. So I have also some very good news. Umesh, that a foundation called India Rising Foundation, has just been launched, and the logo has been launched by Dr. Rao, who was behind the missiles in the missile project in the Sindhu, Operation Sindhu. And this, as you said, the R&D in India was suffering. Now this foundation is going to catalyze India's research and innovation renaissance. It's a very visionary national initiative aimed at positioning India as a research and innovation capital of the world by 2047. It will enable a not-for-profit 1,000 crore R&D graft fund mission. India Rising seeks to empower 1 million fellows for research, strengthen collaborative ecosystems, incept open labs, and integrate India's ancient civilization wisdom with the frontiers of modern science and technology. So this is happening as we talk, and it's very, very, yeah,
I
very
would like to
positive.
add, and I would like to add one more thing. In last year budget, Nirmala Sitharaman ji had allocated 1 lakh crores for any or for any BTech graduate, any person who is doing engineering. That if they have a technology, if they have a vision, they have a thought process. They are allocated. They have already allocated 1 lakh crores for research and development to be meant to be used in new sunrise sectors like defense or semiconductors or renewables or composite alloys and everything. So already things are happening in India. If you see, I have been told that IIT Madras has a patent which is valued around 1 lakh crores. How true it is, I don't know. But someone in IIT Madras has already stated that the patents of IIT Madras is worth more than 1 lakh crores. This is the type of innovation which is already happening, and we can see when this we have a government which will actually provide the impetus and, as you stated, catalyze the growth. So what we require right now is to turn the ideas into innovation and execution. This is the government, the Modi ji government wants to do that. See, the benefits will be enjoyed by the next administration, the next government. What happened during the Vajpayee regime when we saw the golden quadrilateral project actually launched? We saw the Indian rupee appreciated from 48 to 39 during the Vajpayee's regime. The same thing will be happening during post Modi regime. Whatever Modi ji is doing right now, the benefits will be accruing to the future administrations. Right now, Modi ji is facing lot of problems. People are trying to ensure that he does not remain in power, and they are plotting things against him. But we Indians understand everything. This is not the India which will go with the Western propaganda. They understand. We are quick to point it out, and such is a thing that many Western publications are finding hard that why Gen Z in India is not revolting. They had predicted that during COVID, 10 crore Indians will die, and they had made the doomsday scenario. And everybody in India, the opposition was saying that we must go for Pfizer and Moderna vaccine. But on the contrary, India avoided the mRNA vaccine and they went for Covishield and Covivax. So this is the thing. We not only saved our Indians, we saved the entire world. We exported the vaccines to even our arch enemy Pakistan plus 110 countries.
Yeah, absolutely. So very well said, and thank you, Umesh. A wonderful session with you, and we look forward to one, next week as well. And thank you. Good night. Jai Hind and Jai Shri Ram.
Yes, yeah.